This is the second video I've done lately. The last one I did was like a month and a half ago, probably. Apparently, my hair is still growing. Call that genetics, baby. Um, what can I say? I'm always a person full of words, so I always have something elaborate to say. What I see in regards to social media is that there is a whole lot of narcissistic behavior amongst a lot of people, or the retweeting of things dealing with things that people think that they're going through. And some things are very vague to the point that it can apply to anybody at any time. And not always in a positive sense, sometimes in a negative sense. And when you come upon somebody like me that is a pretty creative person, not just in regards to doing artwork, but in regards to how you handle life and when it comes to writing. And when I see stuff like that, I'm not trying to be a grammar Nazi because I know people that's really high on grammar than I am. But always saying slang or always using curse words on a regular basis shows a lack of intelligence. I mean, there are so many different ways people can express themselves to the point that they don't have to actually invoke cursing, but people think that actually saying slang and cursing, or a variety of the mix of slang and cursing, that makes them feel like they are somebody important. Something. I'm not really too sure how that happens or why anybody would think something like that. I mean, you don't really have to take my word for it. I mean, I went to high school, got out, I passed high school, I got my high school diploma, I didn't get my GED. I I went to college and I actually dropped out of college. I mean, that's a big thing for some people. Some people feel that when you drop out of college, you are lacking something, or you don't have what it takes to make it out in the real world. That's not necessarily true because there's a lot of college dropouts that amounted to many different things. Um, the brain is an asset. It's not a liability. How you use your brain, evoke your words, think about and process information that is given to you is how people will end up portraying you. Unless they want to portray you as being a face of something without actually caring about how you actually are as a person. Like, take this in for instance. In regards to social media, I'll follow somebody or somebody will follow me. I don't necessarily know who the person is. So if I don't communicate with the person, I have no clue what the person is, so what they're talking about or anything. I mean, there are tons of people that follow me on various different places that don't say one word to me. But if I put something that evokes emotion, the person will say something out of nowhere, even though I have no clue what the person is. This person probably followed me for 2 years and then all of a sudden just start talking. I try to go out of my way to try to communicate with people, no matter if I know them or not, due to the fact that this world is very small and the smallest dose of hi, good morning, good night will put a smile on people's faces. I treat people the way that I would like to be treated. I don't want to be treated as being called out of my name. I see a lot of people get hate about doing this or doing that. We're not here to judge anybody. We are like some of the top sinners of the world in this generations before. I mean, just because I don't curse on a regular basis don't mean that I'm an actual saint. Because I mean, there are some people in this world that think that I am somewhat of a saint, and no. Let's just say you don't know me that well to know that. I think that if we were to gather up everybody behind their computer screens, behind their Instagram accounts, and put them in a room for an hour, for at least 1 hour, we're just communicating with each other and trying to understand each other, that will probably result in chaos due to the fact that outside your accounts on social media, outside of what those people are about, showing what they're about, showing different things that they do, if that person was to sit down and actually have a conversation with people that they do not know or think that they know, it may result in chaos because you'll really find out at the fundamentals of it all. Honestly, if you take away everything in the world, what else do you have to talk about? If you take away all this gossip and all these, I'm here, this is a picture of where I am, this is the video of what I'm doing, this is my life. If you take all that away, what do you have? It shows a lack of creativity, but what else is there? I mean, as though this is a place where you get condemned just for being a person that loves God. Like, not just on social media, in life. I mean, if you go on TV and say you love God, people are like, why did you say that? What's the purpose of you saying that? The purpose of you saying it because you actually feel like saying it. You have people that hate on people because they are gay, transgendered, transsexual, because they are of a different race than you. There's so much hate and so much people feel with hate that they do not recognize that that is not the purpose of communication. If you think that the purpose of your communication is to exploit your own hate, honestly, you're showing that you hate yourself. And the only way you can love anybody is for you to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, honestly, you're not really loving anybody. Also, from a creative standpoint, I said this a little while ago before I started making this video. No matter if you have a lack of creativity, a lack of writing skills, or artist skills, creatively painting on paper or drawing, what everybody needs to do is set aside 20 to 30 minutes a day, just a day, doing that to either write or draw anything. That right there will improve your life at least by 10%. Over time, it will build up more and more. Sporadically, I come up with a lot of different creative things in my head to do that I have not even done yet. The only thing I've done creative lately is fitness, a whole lot of fitness. Or going back to the former wardrobe I used to wear, where like I would wear khakis all the time, because it seems like I'm either wearing khakis or jogging pants all the time now. I don't know how that happened, but it happens. But if you set aside that time to be creative or show that you could expand upon doing all these different things that you're doing, it will improve your mindset. It will help you gain a sense of common sense, and you will be more aware of the world around you. There are many times that I just try to absorb whatever's going on around me or whatever's going on in my head. I mean, I don't have to say anything for me to actually be creative. My actions speak louder than my words, just like with anybody else. And if your action is like in a negative sense, no matter what anybody does, like like your most favorite rapper just starts hating on somebody else. Oh, I'm gonna get on that person's bandwagon. Oh, I'm gonna get on the haters bandwagon. I mean, all in all, we just want to hear music. All in all, we just want to be creative. All in all, we just want to be the best people we can be. And being creative empowers everything that you do. Showing that you're creative to others may spark some kind of negative reaction to people that are not necessarily liking on that, but it would help your mindset in a positive sense that you're actually doing something that you don't typically do, or you're improving upon something that you've already done. I mean, for me, for instance, in my life, I'm pretty sure that I've gotten rejected by almost every art organization in my state because I'm not the typical type of standard fine artist that they want. I even got rejected from just writing poetry because some kind of weird thing to the point that I actually forgot to file paperwork ahead of time. And then the next year, when I filed the paperwork the right way, I had to keep on changing my password over and over and over and over and over and over again. Every 60 days, 60 to 90 days, I had to change my password. And I did it. Sometimes when you follow the rules, things don't turn out the right way. But that does not make it's not happening because you are not putting a lot of effort in it. It's happening so you can learn from the process. I've done different artworks over the year. This is probably the most I've done in the first half, but at this second half, I really haven't done much because I've been focusing on fitness. The purpose of me focusing on fitness, as I said before, I mean, I plan to do some modeling in the future. I mean, beyond this beard, well, I mean, beyond my beard that I'm growing for like the second month in a row. I have somewhat good looks. I'm a typically average, above 6 foot tall guy. My most appealing feature, I don't know. It's either between the eyes or my skin. One or the other it is. I don't know exactly which one it is, but it doesn't matter. I plan on doing it. I'm going through with it. It's gonna happen. That's life. I feel that I need to do something and I commit to it. In life, when you feel like you need to do something, no matter how it deters you, you're supposed to commit to it. Now, that doesn't mean that you won't always get rejected. I mean, there's tons of times people got rejected based on one reason or another. But that may push you in the direction that you didn't think that you would be going on in a positive way. Somebody will see what you're doing. Somebody will like what you're doing and go forward with that. I said many times before that, oh, I'm going to dye my hair or I'm going to perm my hair. And lo and behold, I did not. I am basically saying that to feel out whether or not I should do it. But the more I feel it out, the more I say, listen, I'm not going to perm my hair every time I see a strand pop up on top of my head. Everything will pop off, I'll shave it and be like, no, I don't need this. So I just decided to do it naturally. I mean, I've always done it naturally before. What's the difference this time? I'm taking care of my hair way better than I did when I was young. Before, you think this hair looks glorious now. It was looking like a wreck when I was a teenager. I did not give a crap whether or not it grew or not. That's real work. That's life. This beard is going to be cut before my birthday comes on December the 2nd when I turn 32 years old. Yes, I've been on this earth for 32 years now. Take it in. Take it in. From a wild man to a young looking guy to whatever you call myself these days. I'm not really too sure how anybody portrays me in regards to a physical sense. I mean, I've heard it. I felt it, but regards to who I am is not about what I look like on the outside, because no matter how much I take care of myself physically, mentally, the body ages. The body ages. My process is kind of slower based on genetics, but I hope that whatever I invoke and provoke into people's minds and hearts would lead them to love me as I am and not try to change me to being who they want me to be. I'm sounding like a guy that's in a corporation that doesn't want to be a part of it. I mean, it's funny just thinking about it. I mean, if you can't tell, I do not edit any of these videos whatsoever. I think that not many people in this world are really raw or true to themselves or who they actually are. They feel that they can't wear this, they can't do this, they can't do that simply because somebody told them no, they can't. If everybody focused on what everybody else thought, there would be zero process in this world. I mean, just being honest, there is sexism, racism. You have very evil people on the face of this earth. You have people that are your friends that you don't know if they are really your friends until a dire situation happens, and then you'll finally realize. Always protect your neck. But if I was to think about like everybody that's in my life, who I actually trust, God is first. I have to trust God. After I trust God, then I trust my mother and my sister. My father is not on the face of this earth. His spirit is around, but he's not here physically. And I trust myself. In regards to how I have transitioned from being a meat eater, mixer of drinks, non-alcoholic that is, into being a water drinking vegetarian that sometimes borderlines on detoxing to the point that I become vegan. That is quite a transition. Quite a transition. I empower myself every day to do something different in regards to my physical and mental health. If something is negative that I don't need in my life, I cut that out. I'm not trying to say I don't go through stress on a day to month basis, because everybody goes through stress no matter what types of levels of success that you are having in your life. But the way I deal with stress is not the way that everybody else does. I mean, I can't say, oh, I don't scream. Everybody screams. Who doesn't scream? I'm not going to say that, oh, I don't get mad. Everybody gets mad. Everybody gets angry. Everybody gets sad. Everybody cries. Yes, men cry. If you didn't know that, now you know. I'm telling you, men cry. But thinking about me in particular, I don't cry much. Like actual tears, no. Tears very rarely come. And after those tears come, and I have to go and reflect on everything that has happened so that I can actually prevent myself from going through this same emotional situation again. I'm pretty much in control of my emotions. As a teen, I really wasn't. I really was not. I was like unfiltered. I mean, these days, I try to filter myself as much as possible. Listen, I mean, I may flirt here or there, but it's nothing really serious. Also, in regards to the situations I keep on hearing people trying to fix me up with someone, do you really think I need to be fixed up with someone? Do you really think that I really need to be fixed up with someone? Please don't do it. Please don't do it. I will straight up get your number, text you once, and block you if I'm not feeling it. Sorry. Do not set me up. It's not cool. In relationships, have I been hurt? We all have. I'm being very political. Haven't been hurt recently. Then again, I haven't really been in a relationship recently. At least not what I call a relationship. But one day, this big booty. Nah, I'm not even gonna do that. That's a shout out to a guy that knows exactly why I said that just now. But regards to an actual female that I will be with, she would have to be 4'11". No, she would have to be very, very loving in regards to her heart, in regards to how she feels about her life, in regards to how she invokes the passion of her life to become better than she was yesterday. That's a true statement. I've liked females of all different types and all different sizes, but all those females were born female. Yes, all of them. And who will I be with is kind of a question mark for people because, like, oh, you're not getting any younger and everybody else is getting in relationships and having babies and babies upon babies and babies and babies, babies, and babies. You know, you need to have a baby so that on your tax, in your income tax return, you can just say, oh, I have a kid and get some money back. Oh, you need to have a kid because you know what? I see gray hair in your head. Or I think that you're a beautiful man or handsome man or gorgeous man or whatever. It will happen when it happens. That's it. That's life. That's how I take life. Ask any female that I've ever been with. They'll tell you, I'm either with you or I'm not with you. I'm either focused on what you're about or I'm not. But I am a lover. Deep down in this macho bravado type situation that I am a lover. I'm a lover of life. I'm a lover of women. I'm a lover of art. I'm a lover of pro wrestling. I'm a lover of a lot of different things. And whoever I end up being with would have to be a lover herself. I'm a very monogamous person, so when I'm with you, you're the only person that I'm with. Is this like a Mad TV skit? Lowered expectations? Heck no. This is more of a situation where I'm just saying it beforehand because I know it's going to end up happening. I'm going to end up being with somebody and it's going to end up being a very good relationship. Strictly because I know that I am pretty honest about how I feel about a lot of different things. And if you can't take honesty, sarcasm, creativity, person that's really focused on what they want to do, then you can't be with me. That's just how it is. You may be the finest female on the face of this earth, but if you don't have those qualities, it's just not going to happen. That's how it is. I'm pretty sure that should be anybody. That should be everybody. Everybody's thought on their significant other. I think I touched on this before, but in regards to spirituality and me, I see a lot of people that say what I've said many times before in different forms. I've seen people try to make it seem like what I say about spirituality is demonic or not really normal. But I say this, I'm not a religious person. I do not believe in all these circumstantial guidelines that people have to follow in regards to being in this denomination, focusing on this religion, like we are just people that are supposed to be following rules that man made. I don't follow rules like that when it comes to spirituality. I say I believe in God. I focus on what God is about. I focus on what I should do with regards to my own positivity towards life as it happens. I focus on being the best person that I can be. That's what I do. Am I a sinner? Heck yeah, I'm a sinner. I've sinned all around. I've sinned so much that this whole world will be covered in blood if you think about the sin that I've committed in life. But I do ask for forgiveness, and I know that I am forgiven for whatever I've done. I've never did anything to hurt anybody on purpose, never hurt anybody physically, mentally. If I have hurt you, whoever is looking at the video, if I hurt you, I'm sorry, baby. I never do it again, baby. I just never do it again, baby. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, girl. I'll make it up to you. But seriously, I just be me always. It's nobody like me because it's not supposed to be anybody like me. If there's anybody in the world that acts exactly like you, somebody is a fraud. There is a fake in the midst. Watch out for that. Watch out for yourself. Focus on you. Focus on what you're about. Focus on loving you. Then focus on loving some other significant other, no matter what sexuality you are. I've had many times where people thought that because, well, not people, females have thought because I didn't automatically hit on them, or how you say, feel like I'm extremely attracted to that person, that they called me out on my sexuality. And I said, yeah, okay, believe what you want to believe, but if I'm not attracted to you, listen, I'm not attracted to you. It's not because you're a female, because I'm attracted to a ton of females. Never been attracted to any male. Never will be attracted to any male. But one thing is for sure, you must have did something, or I must have seen something that was not attractive about you. I don't go out my way to try to put hate on anybody, but that's real. Stating facts. If you're not true with yourself, you can't be true with anybody else. I mean, there are tons of females that I find attractive. I'm not gonna name them. Shouldn't name them. If you find me attractive, I like that. That's pretty cool. What is it gonna do for me? I don't know. I don't know. I don't knock it. If I'm attracted to you, you should know, because I probably said it to you, but it's not anything that I overly do. That's simply because I am male. I'm a male. Too much of it. All in all, in regards to spirituality, believe in God. In regards to sexuality, I'm heterosexual. Females, watch out, because there's a tiger in the midst. Meow. No. Littlest tiger in the world. Meow. I'm not going to be completely serious about a lot of things, but what I am serious about, I am serious about it. And in regards to me doing artwork in the future, it's kind of up in the air. I mean, I really feel like doing artwork. I really feel like writing. I try to do a blog every so often in regards to art blog, but it may not be center focus on, art itself. But the reason why I haven't done all that much artwork lately is not because I don't have the pain, or I don't have creativity, or I don't feel that I need to do it on a regular basis. It's due because I really don't have any time. My time is occupied by doing different things, and doing artwork is only done whenever I feel that I have time to do it. But when I do it again, which should probably be very soon, based on how my mindset is running, it's going to be pretty decent. I already have in mind what I'm going to do. I said that this was going to be about art. It's somewhat about art. I sway a lot when it comes to certain things. I feel that there needs to be a foundation or fund set up for people that don't have much experience in art that want to expand into the art realm. I may have to come up with it myself and within the next 2 to 3 years because I've had that in my mind for a while now. Because there is such a barrier that's there that doesn't need to be there. There's a lot of artists out there that haven't been seen. I mean, I never thought I was the greatest artist in the world by any means. I feel that I was being creative in what I have and what I was trying to evoke in the viewers or the buyer's mind. When I do artwork, I never really did it to sell to anyone. I did it because I wanted to show how expressive that I can become with it. I will sell my artwork at some point, but I don't really feel the need to do it until I really want to pinpoint how I want to do it without being treated like I'm the middleman. Look that up. See anywhere you want to look at it when it comes to being a middleman. But art should be fun. Art should be creative. Art should invoke other artists into what you do. This has been about over 30 minutes of me rambling about one thing or another. I'm coming across like a public speaker of sorts, but I feel that I need to express myself every so often verbally so that people can hear my voice and feel the power and strength of how I feel about what I am actually passionate about. If none of this relates to anybody, what should relate to you is the fact that you should be a positive person that is creative in everything that you do. It doesn't matter if you draw stick figures. It doesn't matter if your writing is on a level of a second grader. Write enough, you will get better. There's a such thing called spelling grammar check. There's a such thing as editors. There's so many things that's out there to help people creatively. Go in that path. Everybody needs to do it every so often. I may come across like I know how to do it better than others, but that's trial and error. I mean, it's a miracle that I don't have to proofread a lot, but that's due to the fact that I've edited myself many, many times just by thinking of it before I even write it. All in all, focus on what you want to do, focus on what you want to portray yourself as, focus on being creative, focus on your own spirituality, your own sexuality. You get married in the future. If you don't get married, as long as you have somebody in your life that makes you happy, that's all that matters. I just try to invoke positivity as much as I can in one form or another on a day to monthly basis. That's what I do. I'm pretty sure that I would be like the most positive politician you ever came across in your life if I actually ever do that in 10 years, because I've said that I do come across like that sometimes. If not a politician, I will be something very corporate. Not many corporations have the mindset of creativity that I actually have. And I've noticed that. I mean, you look at a lot of things around you and there's not a lot of creativity. You look at one building is the same way that another building is, just has a different sticker on it, or a different sign on it, or a different post on it. I mean, this world is not really all that creative in regards to the big spectrum of buildings and the way things are designed. Maybe in the future I will team up with an architect and we'll do many different things creatively around the world. Who knows? The sky's the limit on what I would do or what I'm going to do. I know I'm going to do a lot, but this is just me putting it out there before everything actually happens so that people can see that I was actually being truthful without being phony. There's a lot of people that are very corporate that are very phony. At least 50%. I'm not going to say any more because in the future somebody may say something that might come back to bite me in the butt. The Glutinous Maximus. Thank you for listening to me or watching me or whatever appeal that I have. Thank you for that, for being here this long, actually watching the video. You may be watching it as soon as I put it up. You may be watching it years later, but at least I did the video. I did the other videos. I try to invoke positivity. I try to invoke creativity and try to be the best person I can be to anyone that I interact with. So, with that, I say goodbye.